Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Steve, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about the joys of stock market investing, long-term dividend gain. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit the subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, guys. We had an unexpected day in the market. The CPI numbers came in; they were abysmal, as usual, and it's market closed. So we're sitting here at the Dow finished up the day. Surprisingly, all three of the indexes were surprising. The Dow finished at 2.8%. S&P was 2.6%, and the Nasdaq came in at a strong third at 2.23%. Now I'm saying to myself, because it was rattling me this morning before I got a chance to come home and look at the numbers when I was on the road when I first seen the upswing, because it started off in the negative first. So I'm sitting here trying to figure it out. I'm like, what's going on with this? And it just hit me. I was like, okay, a lot of institutions that brought out before jump back into it, right? And I think a few days ago, and I mean, this makes perfectly good sense if you really think about it, guys. I think a couple of days ago, or these companies, they got knowledge and all these day traders and these investors that invest for these companies and stuff like that. And a lot of stock traders, they have inside information. And I think everybody knew it was a no-brainer that the Fed was going to come out and the CPI numbers were going to be messed up. But to the degree that they came out, nobody knew. And I think a lot of people put down put options. A lot of institutions brought back in, they put options. And, a lot of people that do short selling also got involved with the situation. That's why we got the surge today. And, what makes me think about that is for the longest time, semiconductors have been going down. And people are like, hey, I'm not going to touch semiconductors. It's not the right time. It's not this, not that. Financials. I did a video on financials yesterday. Financials have went down. And I was saying, why isn't nobody touching financials? What it is, a lot of times these people that are always telling you to sell and stuff like that, everybody has their own game plan that they don't speak about. Every investor, and this is one of the plays. Look at today. Financials took off, surged. Semiconductors took off, surged. Everything took off. And, my thinking is, everybody has a long-term strategy. A lot of these companies are buying in and staking their positions at a certain number, right? Because most of the earnings calls you're going to get are going to be abysmal. So they buy in and they go down, down, down. As the stock goes down, 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 they start picking them off. And that's a good way of investing. That's how I usually invest a lot of times when, I have my favorite stocks. They start going down. They go down a certain percent where I can't resist, and it helps my cost basis. I'll jump in and buy some. Wild dollar cost averaging every month into my portfolio. Like I said, like the semiconductors took off today, and the banks. And I started thinking, I was like, you know what, man? A lot of people see that these banks, were down, and some of these stocks are down. And like this morning, right? I missed an opportunity. I've been trying to get into Realty Income Trust, ticker symbol O. It hit a 52-week low this morning, right? And it was at a good price. Something told me to pull the trigger, but I was out driving. I was like, I'll look at it later on when I got home. And then we got hit with this boom. Everything took off. So I missed out on an opportunity. Can I still buy it? Yeah, I can still buy it. But I mean, with what's going on and knowing these stocks are going to sink, and these stocks will sink, guys. Don't make no mistake. What you see today is, a lot of people are enamored where, the market went, big, like on CNBC and places like that, they're talking about it. I mean, that's the only news that's on, so they're going to make a big thing out of it. But a lot of the stuff that's taking off right now, it's only a temporary victory. And it's not the end of the bottom. We ain't even near the bottom, and you'll get days like this where something will happen and then stuff will take off. I wouldn't be surprised next time we have instead of 0.75% increase in rate hikes, they go a percent, a full percent. They might do it next month, and they might do it for the rest of the remaining months of the year. So you don't know what's coming out here, but it does make sense to be prepared. You know, like I said, we know we're near the bottom. The best thing you can do right now is, because basically it's all about timing. The best thing you can do right now is just invest in quality stocks. And when I say quality stocks, I'm talking about stocks that are profitable and stocks that do good and they're durable in all of the different type of cycles. Economic cycles, stocks that just do good, some stocks that are tried and true that you can know for a fact that they're going to produce some type of profit. Something like McDonald's, just to name something. Off the top of my head, McDonald's is one. But yeah, man, this is just a short surge. And as far as that, yeah, it was a good day and a lot of people made money. But the people that made the biggest amount of money is the people that traded hundreds of thousands of shares of stock at one time. And they already had it programmed in whatever computers or bots they had. And these bots brought in at the same time. Because it's just a strategy. Like they could have been like, oh, and the reason why, let me say this real quick. The reason why I brought up the inside knowledge, right? You cannot tell me these CEOs, these multi-billion-dollar companies do not have some type of insight to where, okay, we know the numbers are going to come out tomorrow, this and that. And like they already get, the report probably before anybody else does. But they have to make it look inconspicuous, when they're going to pick these stocks, to make it look like it's a natural free flow. So like when the market went up today, it was like everybody was buying, even like standard, like regular investors like you and I, everybody was buying. And then like, tomorrow, I guarantee you a lot of people jump on and be like, oh man, you see what the market did today? And they think we're at the bottom and the fear and the greed kick in and they jump in and then tomorrow it sink. But I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I've seen it happen more than once to the point of I got literally making that statement. But yeah, man, it's a good day that it's a good thing the market went up today. But this is when it comes back into what I tell you guys all the time about, be understanding, how the market works and what charges the market or what makes the market go up in times of uncertainty. Because the report we got today, where they said the inflation done went up, ain't no way the market took off like it did today. If the market took off like it was did today, it'd have been like, okay, inflation done went down half a point. Like it's some kind of progress where people have been like, yay, let me go and grab, But the news we got was not good news at all. In fact, it was troubling. A lot of people are like, what the hell, is going on? I'm thinking the market's going to sink. And then, an hour later, it then took off. So it's just one of those things. But man, like I said, have your good strategy. Make sure you got a watch list, guys. Have your certain time that you want to buy in on these stocks and just watch them come down. Because they're talking about giving rate hikes all the way to September of 2023. So that's telling you something. Then another thing is earnings week is next week. So we're going to see a lot of report cards on some of these companies, and a lot of them are not going to be satisfactory to a lot of investors, and a lot of people want to jump ship again. So have your watch list ready. Keep an eye on your favorite stocks. Don't listen to the phobia that they're trying to spread on the TV a lot of times. And you do what's right for you. Because I'm telling you, this thing right here, this transfer is real. And you can be a part of it. All it takes is patience, good strategy, and sound discipline. And just waiting and waiting and waiting and letting it come to you. Now, am I telling anybody to sit there and watch the stock go down forever? No, I'm not telling you that, because only you know it's the right time for you to shoot your shot. But what I'm saying is, make sure your portfolio is in order. You got free cash on hand. You're investing in good companies, because we don't know when this thing is going to end. And set yourself up for when this bull market take off, you'll be running with the bulls. And with that, guys, As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate you spending time of your day with me. And I'll see you guys in the next video.